first impressions, get ready with me on the Kaleidos and Angelica Nyquist Club Nebula palette. I finally got in the palette yesterday, so I'm super excited to try it out with you guys for the first time today. So let's open it up for you guys and we're gonna do a look. So I do have like a bunch of eye primer underneath my eyes. I tried to prime my eyes before. So I just primed my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer, and then I just coated my lips with my Dewdrop lip oil from ColourPop, and then I just set my eyes with my Dior powder. And now we are going to jump into the palette. So I'm just going to put my phone over there, and I'm just going to open it up. And this is what the palette looks like. And we're going to play with these warm toned shades today, so I'm super excited to do a look for you guys. It's just such a beautiful palette and I can't wait to jump into it. So I'm not really going to talk about the palette too much. I just want to dive in because I've been waiting to use this palette since I got it yesterday. So the first shade I'm going to jump into is this peachy matte color, which is called Samus, and I'm going to take that all in my crease. Wow, that picks up amazingly. And I'm just going to tap it off a little bit, and we're going to work that into the crease area. And I'm just going to take a little bit more. And so far, that matte is performing beautifully. Just sometimes this Anastasia primer can dry my eyes out a tiny bit, but it is the primer that I like using the most when I'm trying out a new eyeshadow palette because it really does bring out the pigment of the eyeshadows. So there is a bit of kick up in the pan, but not too bad, and it builds up really beautifully, and these apply very smoothly. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more on this side. I don't think I'm even gonna tap it off because I want like that full-on pigment to go in the crease. Yeah, that is really pretty. And then I'm going to do the same on this eye and just build it up a little bit more. Oh, that is so pretty. Okay, and then for the next shade, I'm going to go into this red right here, which is called Red Giant, and I'm going to take that in my defining area. It's a really pigmented red. So let's go in with a light hand first. And I'm going to apply that here. I would think you can apply this pretty softly, or you can build it up for it to be really pigmented. So I'm just going to take it very gradually and kind of just build it up. That is so pretty. I really thought it was going to be like super red, but it's not. It's like a muted red, and it's so pretty. And I'm just going to do the same on the other eye. Ooh, yes, that blends out so nice. I'm just going to take a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do for the outer corners is I saw her do this in her video, doing a few looks with the palette, to show you guys like how to use the shades. She did like a 3 looks 1 palette thing after she did her announcement video, is that she took the shade Cylon and used that to put on the outer corners. So let's see how that works out. I'm going to take a little bit of Red Giant and just put that first down. And then what she did is took like a tiny bit of Cylon and put it over that just to deepen it up more. So I'm just going to take that shade. These mattes are so easy to work with, and they're so pigmented, and they build up beautifully. Like, that took like 2 seconds. Okay, and then what she said is that the purple is like the same tone as the red, so they kind of work really well together. So I'm going to take that purpley shade, which is called Cylon. I love the name because that is from Battlestar Galactica. And all of these names are like very futuristic names that she named. Oh yeah, that's really pretty over it. That deepens it up really nicely. I'm just going to take a tiny bit and deepen it up. I'm not even going to take that much. Just like 2 taps in the pan. And that's about it. And I'm just going to slightly deepen up the outer corners. That is really pretty and took like no time at all. Basically, they blend out themselves. They are so effortless. I'm really impressed. I mean, I love the Kaleidos formula already, but those blended out so damn easily. Like all I have to do is apply my glitter glue now, but I love Battlestar Galactica. That was one of my favorite shows too. Just gonna apply my glitter glue off camera. So I got my glitter glue down, and now we're gonna go into this really beautiful orange shimmer, which is called Nebula. And this is the shade that she said started it all for this palette, since it's called the Club Nebula palette. This was the first shade that she had made for the palette, and I'm going to take that on my finger and apply it. That is so gorgeous. And just apply it all over the lid. Yeah, this is definitely more of like a sheer shimmer formula for most of these, but I really wanted to see how it looked by itself, so I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. And these are, wow, they stick to the lid so nicely, and there's like no fallout, which is very rare for these kind of like glittery shades. I'm really impressed. These are very easy to work with. Oh my god, so pretty. So I was so torn whether or not I wanted to do a peachy look first, or like this, or like a pinky purpley look. But then I was like, I gotta use the signature shade first. It is the Club Nebula palette, so I was like, I need to do a peachy look first, and you guys know those are my favorite looks to do, so. Oh my god, that's so gorgeous. Wow, and it builds up so nicely. So impressed so far. And there's like no kick up from these shimmers, and there's no hard pan. They just apply. They're so easy to apply. Wow. That is so freaking nice. Okay, and then I'm just gonna clean up those mats a little bit, and then we'll go into the face. Okay, so I just went ahead and primed my face real quick. I used the MAC Fix Plus and the Cucumber, and then I just used my NYX Marshmallow Primer. And now we're gonna go into the Becca Light Shifter Doing Tint in the shade Luminary 1. I picked this up because of Angelica Nyquist, so I really want to use it in this video. I just want to use too much, because if I use too much, it kind of makes my face look orange. So I'm going to try and just build it up gradually, because last time I used it, it made my face pretty damn orange, so. And then I'm just going to blend that out. But she was talking about how much she loved how this made her skin look, and honestly, it's so pretty on the skin. Oh, I really like it with this sponge too. I went back with my, started using my Hourglass Sponge from ColourPop. I haven't used this one in a while, and I love this damn sponge, so let's just go ahead and blend that out. But yeah, she was talking about how much she loved how this made her skin look. Yeah, it definitely does not look as orange on my neck as it did last time I used it, so. But also, this sponge blends it out so nicely. And this sponge is so super soft. Every time I use this sponge again, I'm like, damn, it is so good. Ooh, yes. I think I'm going to use it with this sponge from now on, because I love it with this sponge. How many times can I say sponge? Like a gajillion times, right? Okay, and then for my concealer, I'm going to go in with the same concealer that I went in with yesterday. And that's the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer in the shade Nude Ivory. I did pick this up recently, and I just shared it in my recent haul video. I picked it up as a repurchase, and I think that this tone is going to work really well with this Becca skin tint, because the skin tint isn't exactly like really fair. It's kind of like a peachy undertone. So I'm just going to use that with it, and I think it's going to make a nice combo. I did pick up another concealer that was a repurchase as well. I need to use that too, but for now we're just going to use this one again. Probably should have used the other one yesterday, but it's fine. I'm just going to finish blending that out. And then once that is blended out, I'm just going to apply it underneath my eyes. It's like kind of like a darker tone because, again, it's a nude undertone. So I think that it will work really well with this skin tint as well. Just going to go ahead and blend that out. Such a pretty concealer. I don't know why I just didn't go ahead and repurchase this concealer over getting the Tarte one and the L'Oreal one. I should have just purchased both of them and just not even gotten the Shape Tape one, because that one was so bad. I did not like it at all. I really didn't. And when I watched Angelica Nyquist's video about the Tarte Shape Tape Creamy Concealer, she said that she didn't like it either. When she tried it, she was like, this concealer makes my under eyes look like I'm like the Crypt Keeper, or like way older than she is. And I'm like, I don't need that in my life. I didn't like the original Shape Tape. So I wanted to give this one a chance because I do end up liking Tarte's concealers quite a bit. But I much prefer the C concealer over this new creamy concealer. It's just not good. I literally did not notice a difference between that and the old Shape Tape. I'm like, what's the difference? Okay, so since we used the Becca Dewing Tint, I want to use the Becca Hydro Mist Powder as well. So I'm just going to take that underneath my eyes. I've been really liking this powder as well, and I use this mostly for natural makeup days. And then I have to remember to not set my cheeks, because I'm probably gonna go in with a cream blush today that I keep on forgetting to not set my cheeks when I go in with these blushes. So don't set your cheeks, Caitlin. So I'm gonna go in with my go-to powder lately, which is the Dior one. I almost applied that to my cheek, and I'm just gonna set the rest of my face, like the perimeter of my face. See how it changes, like how the finish is of the Dewing Tint, and you see how like it still makes your skin look so healthy and glowy, but it's not like as dewy anymore. It's so pretty. Okay, so now we're going to jump back into the palette, and I am just going to take that shade Samus, and I'm going to apply that on my lower lash line, and that's the shade we're going to use on the lower lash line, and that's pretty much it. And then we're going to go in with one of the shimmers on the inner corners. I was thinking about doing like a 3 looks 1 palette type of video for this, but I'm probably going to film another 2 looks with this palette this week anyway. I'm using it for a collab look tomorrow, and then I'm also going to use it for like a pinky look I want to do with it, or like a purpley look, I mean, not a pinky look. There's no pinks in this palette. I'm just going to blend that out underneath my eyes. We'll skip over liner and mascara and just go to the face after this. Why is that shade giving me problems? Okay, and then for the inner corners, I'm going to go in with the shade Celestial. Oh my god. brain fart. I did also go in with Vanilla Bean and Hear Me Out off camera on my brow bone. And then we're just going to take Celestial and put that on the inner corners. I hope these aren't too piecey, but when I saw Angelica use these in her video, they were really pretty. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that. I might wet it a little bit because it doesn't seem to be too pigmented. Oh, actually it shines really pretty when you turn. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I'm going to take that on the other side as well. I don't know if I'm going to use a nude liner or a brown one. Kind of still deciding. That's really pretty. I kind of want to spray it a little bit just to see if I can just get it to be a little bit more pigmented. Because sometimes these super sparkly shades have to be like wetted. Yeah, that's pretty. I think I like that more. I just love all the sci-fi names in this palette. I'm like a sci-fi fan too. Like it has Cylon from Battlestar Galactica, and it has You're My Only Hope from Star Wars, so which are two things that I freaking love. Okay, so I just went ahead and primed my lashes off camera with my L'Oreal Voluminous Primer, and then I just went in with my Bambi nude liner in the shade Meadow. Oh my god, these caps always fall off. From ColourPop, and then I'm gonna do my mascara, and I'm gonna use the Maybelline Lash Discovery, the Maybelline Sky High mascara, because Angelica was also saying that she really liked this mascara. I'm trying to use some of her favorites in this video because why not? I'm just going to coat my lashes with that. Yeah, this mascara is really good. It really grabs onto each lash really easily. Okay, and then we'll just do my bottom lashes off camera. Okay, and then for my bronzer, I'm going to go in with my Ilia Drawn In Nightlight Bronzing Powder. My Ilia Nightlight Bronzing Powder in the shade Drawn In, because I like using this when I do warm tone looks. It's a really pretty warm toned bronzer. And I was watching like some comparison videos with this bronzer when the sale was going on, with the comparing the this bronzer. Sorry, FedEx is here, so that's why the dogs are barking. They bark every time a delivery truck is here, so, which I'm sure all of you guys experience that if you have dogs too. And I was watching comparison videos between this bronzer and the Kosas one, and after I was watching like reviews on the Kosas one, people were saying like it doesn't smell great. So this one actually used to have a pretty fruity scent when I first got it, but it doesn't seem to have too much of a scent anymore. It just pretty much smells like nothing. So I'd rather have it smell like nothing than smell like the Kosas one, which people say if you use the Kosas one, like for like a couple months down the road, it starts smelling bad. So I was like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. And basically, the guy who helped me in Sephora said that if I have the Milani Dolce bronzer, it's basically the same thing. And he was like, that's so much cheaper. And for him to talk me out of getting something at Sephora, to say that you already basically own this, is a good salesperson, because, I mean, like, he's helped me pick out stuff, like, and I've told him about stuff, and, like, he's just great, because he, like, loves hearing, like, what I like, too, and that's why he's, like, a really good salesperson, because he doesn't push me to buy something. He's like, if you have that already, you're good. And then I was like, I did get the Gucci bronzer. He was like, girl, he was like, that's all you need. So so for my blush, I'm going to go in with the Melt Sandy Cheeks Cream Blush Light. the Melt Cream Blush Light in the shade Sandy Cheeks. Why am I saying this all backwards today? So this is what the shade looks like. I think I used this in my first impressions of my Sephora VIB sale makeup for the first round of the stuff that I got, but I still haven't tried this without a powder yet. Why do I, oh my God, yep. See, I can't use this unless I use a brush. I mean, not a brush, a sponge. This one is way more pigmented than the Lynx shade. And for some reason, I still tap off my brush, even though it's a cream blush. But I do like how this is going on without powder. But dang, that is pigmented. So you got to be a little bit more careful with it. Sorry, that's my reminder. I'm just going to build it up a little bit more. But yeah, that definitely works better without setting it first. That looks really pretty. And it works perfectly with this look. So very pretty. Okay, and then and Angelica also talked about that highlighter, that she was really liking it as well, so I wanted to use it. And then for my highlight, I'm going to try and go in with this highlight today. Do I want to use this or the other one that's sitting in front of me? I think I'm going to use this one. This is the Winky Lux Celestial Powder... Winky Lux Powder Lights Highlighter in the shade Celestial. Can we read the names properly today, Caitlin? Read the name of the product first and then read the shade name, because that's the normal way to do it. So I'm just going to go in with that. Hopefully it's pigmented enough for me. Oh yeah, that's pretty. It's just like a typical gold shade, and I thought it would be really pretty. Let me see if I have to wet it. But I need to get out of here in a few minutes, so... Oh yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I am going to wet it a little bit just to make it a bit more intense, because you guys know I'm about that life. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. That looks very pretty. Yeah, I like that. Yes. Okay. Yes. And then I'm just going to set my face. I think I'm just going to use my coconut primer, the Pretty Fresh one. Not primer, setting spray. I haven't used this one in a little while. I've been using my Flower Beauty one to try to use that up. And then we're just going to do my brows and then my lips. Okay, so I just went ahead and brushed through my brows with a spoolie, and then I just set them with my ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. And then I do have a new lippy to try out today. I only picked up like 2 or 3 new lipsticks, but I just feel like I picked up like a million. So I got this from Ulta, and this is the NARS Air Matte Lip Color in the shade All Yours. So I'm going to apply that today. I'm just going to go straight in with it. No lip liner, because you guys know I do that a lot. I'm just going to apply it. I saw Kathleen Lights use this in one of her like first impression new makeup videos, and I was kind of interested in trying them, so I'm gonna apply that. Oh my god, this is so nice and lightweight. Ooh, and the color's so pretty. I like that. It really reminds me of like the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams, but this is like the first, oh my god, it goes on so smooth. That's really nice. This is like the first lip product, or first product in general that I was interested from NARS. That I was interested in from NARS for like a long time, because I haven't picked up anything from NARS in a while. Okay, that's pretty much it, you guys. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. Here are the eyes. So pretty. The cheeks. And the lips. I am obsessed with basically everything that I put on today. I am in love with this eyeshadow palette. I think that it's freaking stunning, and I love how my eye look turned out. The mattes blend like an absolute dream, and it was super fun to put that like purpley shade on the outer corners. I mean, I usually mix oranges and purples together. I love that color combo. When I do like purple looks, I do like putting like an orange in the crease sometimes and then pop purple on the lid or even blue on the lid. So I think that these two colors would also be really fun to interchange with these colors as well. I think that there's a lot of different combinations that you can make with this palette. I think that the color scheme and the way that it was laid out was a really well done color story, because you can do so many combinations with these. I do like that there's more mattes in here as opposed to shimmers, but there's also enough shimmers in here that you can create a ton of looks with the mattes that are in this palette as well. I just think she did a great job with the color story. I mean, I love her eye looks. I've fallen in love with her channel this past year that I had to get this palette. I love her. She's so great. And I just think that these mattes work so well with these shimmers in this palette. Like, there's not just one matte that goes with one shimmer, like in the ColourPop Lizzie McGuire palette or some like other colorful palettes. Like these, there's so much you can do with these mattes and shimmers in this palette. Like, all of these mattes go with like the green, the blue, the purple. All of these shades go with these three shimmers. So you have a lot of options that you can do as far as like versatility goes in this palette. And then like all of these shades go together, like the peaches and the peachy shimmers, and then we have like these purples that even you could, you know, do some fun color combos with the oranges. Like, there's so much you can do with this palette. And then the green goes with like these deeper greens in here. So, and then the blues go with the blues. Like, it's such a well thought out palette. So I am obsessed with the matte formula. I think that they blend it out so easily, like 1, 2, 3, and the shimmers are beautiful as well. I have nothing negative to say. I think that this is a stunning formula. Kaleidos has such a beautiful formula, and I think that they knocked it out of the park with this palette. I think it's stunning, and I'm so happy I decided to get it before you couldn't get it anymore. I think I would have regretted not purchasing this palette, so I'm really happy that I decided to get it. And then as far as the face goes, I love the Becca doing skin tint. It makes my skin look so beautiful and healthy. So yeah, I've been loving this. And of course I love the Milani concealer. I've loved that for a long time. It's such a good concealer. And then the Melt Blush, I've been playing with these for a while since I got them from the Sephora sale. And I have to say, I really do like them. They're not my all-time favorite cream blush formula, but they are very pigmented. So you definitely get a good amount of pigment when you apply them, and they're very pretty on the skin. And this Winky Looks highlight, don't let it fool you. It's actually really, really beautiful. It has a really beautiful, like, soft intensity to it, and it builds up beautifully. And then this lippy, the NARS Air Matte Lip Color, I freaking love this. This is the shade All Yours. I really, really like the texture of this. It's a little bit dry, but it basically feels weightless. And I really love how it makes my lips look. I think it's so pretty on the lips, and I really like it with this eye look. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I love you guys. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CPW819, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm so happy with this look. I think it's so pretty, and I love you guys. Bye!